Good day, ladies and gentlemen. How is the car related to metal hydrides? Is the rising oil price bringing the next hydrogen hype? How do metal hydride hydrogen storage look like? Metal hydrides can store hydrogen without compression inside the crystal structure of special materials and alloys with low pressure. That is fantastic because hydrogen infrastructure gets a lot cheaper without compressors. They can perfectly feed a fuel cell and desorb only clean hydrogen. Why don't we use them aside batteries as a not self-depleting energy storage? They are lighter than lithium. Batteries can easily be swapped and are worth every penny. Are we technically ignorant, or is there a big drawback in metal hydrides? Welcome to the Volks Electrolyzer channel, where we look for solutions for the middle class. Actually, 1,000 people watched this AI-generated short. Those Spatzenhirns were desperately trying to see the metal hydride canister. Sadly, AI didn't show it at all. Here you see the metal hydride cylinder in its handcart. This one is so old the company is long gone, but it still serves the university for fuel cell showcases and balloon explosion shows. I want to mention my gratitude to Dr. Gulden and Dr. Sklaro at this point of the University of Stralsund. Metal hydrides consist of two elements like lanthanum nickel, for example, or they are complex hydrides where you need to mix some salts like lithium or natrium too. Stop. That's the boring stuff they hammer in you at university. Why do they categorize these codes in ABX? Let me know. I made a short video about magnesium hydrides if you are interested at the Fuel Cell Expo in Japan. I like to sort them more according to their desorption temperature and the price. I personally focus on these without extreme heat or cooling demand. As money is our main restriction in the poker game of fossil dependence exit, I personally think that iron, titanium or FeTi are most suitable for us folks. You can add some cheap materials like carbon to accelerate absorption. FeTi will desorb in most countries without AC. Put them in a metal bucket with water and the heat will be transmitted much faster. This is a more recent canister. The company was once American but moved to Singapore, which is considered to become a big hydrogen hub. Storage capacity is 200 liters of hydrogen in this small canister. Loading pressure about 15 bars. Loading time about 1 hour. It weighs little less than 3 kilos. It contains 0.7 kilowatt hours at the beginning of life. They promise 1,000 cycles. Just as a reference, a Chinese lithium battery will weigh around 10 kilos, so 3 times the weight. This energy storage has a useful quick connector at the top. A swap is easier than with a gold-coated electric conductor. That is why NamX, the hydrogen car manufacturer, bets on solid hydrogen storages. However, we proposed an electrolyzer with metal hydride storage in 2023. Again, because you do not need a compressor with high maintenance and purchase costs, it is making the hydrogen system easier. This is our supplier for metal hydrides in Italy, and if we look closely, Sherlock Holmes, we see 22 grams. Maybe that's the same manufacturer under another brand's name. Important is its discharge behavior. On the left vertical axis, you see the pressure in a logarithmic scale, thus very drastic. The weight percent of hydrogen in the metal hydrides are on the horizontal axis below. You can run this fuel cell till 5 bars, hence till 0.2% hydrogen left in the cylinder. These 400 milliliters are almost nothing compared to this 10-liter pressure cylinder, which will still have 50 liters of hydrogen in it when the fuel cell stops running. Thermal management for metal hydrides. The company Hydride scaled the whole idea up. They can integrate the thermal properties of metal hydride. Basically, the hydride is getting cold when releasing the hydrogen. You could use that coolness for a server, for instance. If you want to charge it quickly, you will have to cool the container to take away the heat emitted by the metal hydride. Can you make metal hydrides yourself at home as a DIY project? Therefore, we have to look inside the vessel. We see rather discs than metal powder. That is because the alloys are sintered. Sintering is pressing materials together under high pressure, thus welding them together. In the middle of these discs is a pipe spreading hydrogen towards these discs evenly. In this neutron radiography, you see the charging behavior as they tested different additives. Beautiful, isn't it? You can also see that they expand while being charged. Where's the problem with metal hydrides? Well, for fast charge, you need expensive thermal management, cooling and heating. It is not faster than charging lithium. The cycle lifetime isn't really researched or practically proven. Even this one is 30 years old, it is mostly standing, it is not monitored. The big hurdle of metal hydrides are the types of metal used. We have plenty of metal hydrides in the International Hydrogen Price List. Sintering the valuable metal is a lot of work and energy, which makes them just a little cheaper than lithium batteries. Check out the video Metal Hydride Prices 2024, where I talked about Chinese and Mongolian solid-state energy storages. Still, I think metal hydrides are fantastic, and I wish there would be more practical tests about the cycles and recycling. Funny, I already earned some money with the titanium powder I bought last year. Stay tuned if you want to know what I do with that. Now I'm pretty sure the Spatzenhirns have switched off already. I want to apologize. I was promoting way too much. That you told me in my comments. I do not like advertisement at all, and I won't bother you again. If the NamX metal hydride hydrogen car will ever be seen on the road, I don't know. This being said, thank you very much for coming along, and thanks to those who supported me. I will not translate Spatzenhirn to English.